Alter Ego EX here, and this is Marshall Brockaway. Wow, I got a video to show. Pretty interesting. It became fairly popular. It popped up in my feed and that sort of thing, and yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Basically, it's a video about women aren't worth it anymore and all the things that include dealing with them in life. So let's get to the next portion of the video. All right, so this is the let me mess with my mic here. Here's the video, and let me be very clear. This is spliced together. These are the key points that I kind of put together and that I want to respond to. And I'm going to tell you up front, this will be racial, as in this is the difference between a white boy like this and black men, SYSBM, passport bros, which are black, and ETHNICAN men. That's what this is about. So let's get started.
You gotta be yourself. Okay, I'll just be myself. Don't really care to talk to women. Don't really care to get their validation or approval anymore. Not really trying to make them laugh. I'm just kind of good, just kind of chilling. I would ideally just want a girl to just kind of meander into the back patio. That's kind of she kind of looks a little bit like Sydney Sweeney. I'll just kind of open the door and be like, hey, cool. Are you chill? Yeah. All right, come on in. You know what I mean?
Did you hear that? That's got to be the laziest shit ever. He's waiting for a woman to literally knock on his door, and like a deer to just and just bring it in like it's a wild animal and that sort of thing. Like zero effort, low energy. Let us continue. Oh, went too far. Here we go.
I'll have children with you, and we can, I'll go and I'll take you on all these dates, and we'll go to cafes and have little muffins and lattes in the morning on a Saturday morning and go on little stupid walks and talk about bullshit. I ain't doing all that, bruh. I don't care. I've skipped that.
Okay. You hear this? This is what I'm saying. He doesn't want to do any of that. You know what I mean? Doesn't want to go on stupid walks, don't want to have the muffins, don't want to go on a date or anything like that. Well, you know what? As we continued listening to Marshall whine about the state of the world and the way it is, passport bros and other things like that. Like, you see this brother right here, right? See what he's doing? He's out for a walk with the lady. Could be his wife, could be with someone, but he's enjoying life. That's what SYSBM is. That's what passport bro is. And that's what an ETHNICAN man would do. You know what I'm saying? And even something as simple as this right here, talking about doesn't want to go out for muffins or whatever, stuff like that. This should encourage you. You know what I mean? I want you guys to listen. Look at this plate right here. You got some chicken kagare, got some sashimi, some rolls here, some beef, looks like a miso soup, and a drink right here. This looks absolutely delicious, man. This looks awesome. But someone like him wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? He just doesn't want that. He's not gonna do it.
I skipped it when I was 24 or 23. I think I saw, holy shit, I think something in me just clicked, and I was like, holy shit, it's all just bullshit, all the way up to, maybe I can just skip all that. Then when you skip all that, there's nobody for you.
Right.
But because I'm not going and doing all the stuff. You know, I don't need to reach. I don't care about making money. What is money, bro?
Okay, another pause. See, this shows you the difference. See, if you're a young black man, a young black adult, or an older man, and you do feel frustrated by, let's just say, the world in general, you do not have the same upbringing. You do not have the same culture as this man right here. Do not fall into the trap of this right here. And there will be more examples I will make, because I've known plenty of white boys who act and sound just like this, even back in my day. And I'm Generation X. It is a different mentality. They get swept up in just the optics and not the reality. And they can't sit with the reality. You know what I mean? And because they can't figure out what level they're on, or they want to be in another level, but they don't do anything to, let's say, propagate that actual space of getting there, then they're mad at society. They're mad at other men. They're mad at women. They're mad at just how everything runs. And then, you know, they either off themselves or they off other people. You know what I mean? But who talks like this? What's money, bro? I don't care about money. See, only a privileged person would talk like that. You know what I mean? Not that you have to be super materialistic or anything like that, but he definitely has probably had a very cushy life. He talks about tennis and, you know, oh, there's two great people watching tennis. I don't have it in this clip, but I'm just giving you the idea of who we're talking about. You know, his experience and his viewpoint is extremely negative, and we'll just continue with this. What's money?
You think, oh yeah, you'll be enough when you get the money, and then you get that car, and then that car, and then you get a house, and you get a bigger house, and you get a hot girl, and you get a hotter girl, and then you get a hotter girl. It's like, where does it end, bro?
Pause again. Where does it end? You see him? He's talking about all the superficial things, all the things that kind of is propagated by Hollywood and social media and things like that, instead of himself. Like, you don't have to. You do not fucking have to get the next car, the bigger house, the better woman, the hot bitch, all of this. You don't have to, unless you're just never satisfied. And that's your problem. That is your problem. And you're picking the wrong woman, and you're looking at the wrong things. I don't know who your friends are. I don't know who your family are, but you need to leave that environment if you want to change. But as this video goes through, he doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to do anything. Like I said, he just wants a girl to walk through his patio and do these things. For example, see me right here? This is me. I think some of you have seen this picture before. Won't be the last. And that sort of thing. This is me and the wife before we got married. But anyway, dude, if you can't be with a woman, we had just saw like a movie. Here's our drinks. It was in the afternoon or whatever. And it's in Universal Studios back in 2000. But anyway, they have an area called Universal City Walk, which is just a bunch of restaurants and bars and stores, and there's a movie theater there where it's an excellent place to have a date. But this guy, if you watch the full video, would not want to do that at all, because he doesn't want to make any effort. He doesn't like talking to women. He just has a horrible time, you know. And I'm here to say that we ETHNICAN men, we SYSBM men, and we passport bros are not you, and you are not us. You know?
You know? It's like, where's a chick that's just like chill, healthy, balanced, no trauma, hasn't been ran through about 50 times, isn't really into money or status or prestige. It's almost like, can I just be quiet and just suck your dick? Like, yeah.
Okay. You heard that, right? Look at how passive, look at how low energy. What woman would listen to that and look at that video and go, oh yeah, you don't even seem enthused to even say that. You think some woman's going to be attracted to that because you don't know women? Like I said, if you want the type of girls that you see in fucking magazines, if you want the hottest of the hot, you have to play the game. You have to. You have to. And if you're trying to find that diamond in the rough, oh man, you have to go through so many women to find that one that's kind of what the criteria you're saying. They do exist, but you're definitely not in that circle, and you definitely don't even have the energy or the interest to keep her. She would find you utterly pathetic and utterly just like an energy vampire, dude. You're a succubus, a male succubus at that. Did you hear that? Oh, just be quiet and suck my dick. Dude, you need a robot. You need a female robot. But you know what? This is great. His denial of women and all of this is great for us black men, for us ETHNICAN men, for us SYSBM men, for us passport bros, because it's just more for us. So for guys like this who want to quit, leave, go away. More for us. You know what I mean?
Where's that shit? Give me that shit. Send it my way. Got a basement couch, real warm for her.
You hear that? He's got a basement couch for you. Low effort. Doesn't want to do anything in life. Like a complete loser. And then he wonders why he has problems. But I'm sure he's probably tried. But he said he even started at when he was 23, 24, not doing shit. Like, this is all bullshit. I don't know what he expects, but anything worth having as far as a value to you, you have to put effort in. For example, if you want a car, you want a car that's decent, right? So you're going to have to do some research and you're going to have to know some things. Same thing with women. You can't just blindly just study all the time and hang out with your boys all the time. And then when you start talking to women, wondering why, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, have you studied them at least a little bit? You know what I mean? You never had any girls that were just your friends, which also helps. But nah, dude.
It's like, why do these guys want to do all this shit?
I'll do it.
Nothing in it anyway. You're just wasting all this time. But no, all these dudes just want to. I'm gonna go make all this money and drive all these cars and not show emotion and just be this stoic blah blah. I'm gonna get this hot.
Okay, so you hear that? So clearly he only listens to white people, and this is what I'm talking about. Once again, if you're an ETHNICAN man, if you're a black man, if you're a SYSBM man, if you're a passport bro, do not fall into this trap, because we do not socialize or anything like that. You know what I mean? He's saying, drive this car and show emotions. No, it's good to have emotions. Just don't be emotional. And that's one thing that's great about the black man, is that in some cases we're too emotional, but if you can balance the two of having fun, being serious, being thoughtful, showing laughter, women eat that up. And just even expressing yourself, saying, I like this, I don't like this is okay, it's moderate, stuff, all of that. Because I've known white guys who won't even say that. They can't even say some of the basic things, like I don't like something, or I do, or they don't like everything, right? Like everything is some kind of attack on their manhood when it's not. You know, they're just caring about other people. But look at this. Look at this great couple. Simple, man. Beautiful couple. And stuff like that, man.
Chick that I can put to the side of me, and we're gonna create a family, and it's gonna be this legendary bloodline, and we're just gonna dominate the world. And it's like, bro, it ain't that serious, bro. Yeah, man, women are just wasting.
Okay. So he's like talking about, oh, having this bloodline and stuff like that. We will be happy to make the families. The one thing I love about, see, and white guys, they don't say that enough. They can't even say they love their fucking car. I don't know what's wrong with them. They have a problem with their emotions themselves, you know. With their, I don't know. They have their own problems. They deal with a lot of negativity. Negativity is how they get inspired and motivated. But you see this right here? This is what SYSBM is about. This is what an ETHNICAN man is about. This is what a passport bro is about. She's Latina. Or what about this one right here? Give me a second. You know? Nice looking family there. Bloodline, what are you talking about? The women that you're going after are not your type, dude. And you have no kind of energy or any kind of charisma, even with the money, to even handle them. And you're low energy, like you said. You want someone to meander through your patio and live on your couch. I mean, in the other video, he says, why can't a chick just be with him who likes to watch tennis all the time and work? And that's about it. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to date. I haven't played the whole video, but I'm telling you, literally, this is what he says. He doesn't want to take you on a date. He doesn't. He doesn't want to go talk to other people. He doesn't. But that's fine. More for us. More for us. Let's wrap it up.
Why do you want a woman, bro? They're not like all that. They're not as good as you think they are. They're just a problem. They're just a headache. Most of them, 9.98 out of 10 of them, are just a huge headache. They're just going to kill you. They're just going to make your life worse. So honestly, you should just really give up on them. Just kind of let them do their all, you know, they created this feminist world. They're on their whatever type shit. Miss Independent.
Oh, cry.
Games,
cry, dude.
games,
Oh, poor
phone,
me.
everything's digital.
Oh, cry.
I'm too insecure. Let me run around and get creamed by a bunch of dudes, but not. But just kind of leave them all on red and get ghosted and do all this stuff and live my party life. And, you know, it's all about the Instagram story. Wow. Like, let them go and ruin their lives. Let them go and kill themselves doing all that.
Kill
Just
themselves.
Let them all just waste away. You know?
Kill themselves. See what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's it. Women are too much. Enough said. That's the video.
And yeah, and that's him. So, you heard that, right? You heard that. So what I want to say is more for us. If that's the case, if he's saying women are the problem, women isn't one, why don't you just be gay? Why don't you just start going after buttholes and stuff like that? Because you're not a man, as far as I'm concerned. You're not even sounding any close to any man with any genitalia whatsoever. So join the LBGQXYZ, whatever, the alphabet people. But you know what? I'm glad you're quitting. I'm glad you're giving up, because like I said, more for us. And look at the brothers right here. Look at the brothers right here. This is a great time. If anything, you should be motivated. This pumps me up knowing. And there are so many comments. I'm not even going to play it. There are so many comments that are agreeing with him. Me too. Me too. You're the first one to say it. I feel exactly the same. And I'm just like, loser, loser. Yeah, and I'm saying it that way. Fucking loser, 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 loser. Talking about why have a woman? Well, what the fuck else is there? You know what I mean? It's not that big of a problem. You must be the problem. Because what you're going after. You know what I mean? Reality should have hit you by now. You should know where your level at. And if you are upset that you cannot get the women you want or the job you want, you have to leave your environment, leave your friends, leave your family, or change them. Or change your situation, which I have had to do. I've had to leave friends. I had to leave the whole state that I grew up in, only to get a better career, only because that particular state wasn't a good state for my career. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with dating, had nothing to do with family or anything like that. Not even weather. It mainly came down to my career. But also, too, I did pick a place where my career would be good, but also, too, I could find quality people and surround myself around them. But you, my friend, and all your other people who agree, I don't know what world, like I said, it's definitely a white thing. We black men, or if we get our shit together. Here, let me show you this last little picture here. I'll wrap it up. There I am. So I want to say this in closing thoughts is, listen to me, young black man, young SYSB man. Listen to me, young passport bro. Listen to me, young ETHNICAN. The world is our oyster. There are millions. No, I'll say it this way. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of white boys giving up. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know what to do with them. In fact, they see them as a problem, as you've heard. And more for us, like I said. And from what I've shown you and what you can look at Mad Bus Driver, and I'm going to start recommending other channels as well. But check out Mad Bus Driver X. For SYSBM, I'm ETHNICAN. And then there's plenty of channels on Passport Bros, which are black men, by the way. White boys and white men have been doing it since let's just say since they were colonizing. They've always been able to date and marry other women ever since they got on ships. So let's go all the way back to, I don't know, the 1700s or something. I don't know. Probably even earlier than that. 1300s. So white guys are not passport bros. Sorry, you're not. You were already doing it. We've just caught up. You know. So that's why I say, get out there, meet people. And if you're listening to this, young black man, in your course of doing it, you will probably have to make some tough decisions. Your friends, your family, your environment. But trust me, there is another side, and it is glorious. It is fantastic. Try to find yourself with like-minded people. Try to make connections here on the internet and any other social media and stuff like that, which is great. Because with these losers bowing out, it is just more for you to have the opportunity to meet these women, as well as opportunities. He doesn't even want to work. He doesn't want to get the bigger car and the bigger house. We will take that shit over. You've had that privileged life. You want to give it all up? Give it to us. We'll certainly take it. We'll take the money. We'll take the house. We'll take the car. We'll take all of that. And we will still try to have the most balanced life that you can possibly have. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's perfect. I'm not trying to sell utopia. I'm not trying to sell heaven. You know what I mean? Divorces will happen. You know what I mean? There will be separations. There will be sadness. There will be bitterness and things like that. Nothing is perfect. But let me tell you this. The alternative is better. I'd rather, like I said, be in a great relationship, which I do have with my lovely, lovely wife. All you have to do is check out some of my other videos, as well as just my thumbnail, and many others like me, versus being this Marshall guy and many, many, many others. The whole manosphere, like, I don't even want women. It's just weird to me. I just can't. I guess they all need sex robots and AI in order to be happy. Anyway, thanks for listening. This is Alter Ego EX.